And welcome back to the Drive Time News. Derek Hansen with you on the Mighty 790 and 104.7 KFGO. It's been a while, way too long since I've checked in with Susan Smith from the Big Brother Big Sister program. Susan, how you doing?
Pretty good, Derek. Thanks.
Well, good. I mean, we're kind of getting into this interesting time of year where I think, summer, or we're back to school or whatever. And I think when it comes to finding volunteers, this is a pretty crucial time. Right before the holidays, when the weather changes or whatever, I guess a lot of single parents are, chasing their kids around. And that's kind of what this mentorship is about, right? I won't say give a break, but it certainly can help out a family or whatever it might be in whatever situation to find more mentors out there.
Absolutely. You are totally correct, Derek. And this is certainly a busy time of year. School's back in session. And so both, we actually have two different programming. We have our community-based program, but also our school-based programming. So that's getting up and going and just a lot of need this time of year.
Yeah, no question. And, just kind of go over the parameters. I mean, it can be pretty much anyone of any age, right? I mean, you're looking for big mentors for both boys and girls.
Mentors.
What's that? Yeah. And
that's correct.
Live in the metro area. That's pretty much what it comes down to.
That's correct. Volunteers, they just need to be 18 years of age or older, live, like you said, in the FM area. We ask that they're able to make at least a 1-year commitment to the program just because it takes a little while to form that relationship, to, get the youth to open up and trust them. But we found that most matches last way longer than that year commitment just because they form that relationship, and the volunteers really just get as much out of it as the kids do.
Susan Smith with us here in the Drive Time News, program director for the Big Brother Big Sister programs at the Village Family Service Center. Let's chat a little bit about, because as you know, I've been involved off and on. I've certainly have enjoyed that. It kind of prepared me for a lot of different things once I more or less became a step parent and all that. I'm guessing you hear it's just as much good for the volunteers as there is in the mentors as it is for the kids, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We hear that time and time again. A lot of times the volunteers, I can think of one that said, I started out doing it in college because I thought it would look good on my resume, but continued on with it. Match lasted 10 years until the child graduated high school. And, they said, I just got so much out of it, maybe even more than the youth did. So it can be a very rewarding experience for both the youth and the adult.
For a lot of people, I mean, because you and I have talked about this before, I think for a lot of people out there, they're always looking if you have extra tickets to the Force or a Bison game or whatever, do you take donations like that? Because I know one thing, it's always nice when you are a volunteer, you guys are willing to, sometimes you have people drop stuff off because, the volunteers, I mean, you're going to help out, you're going to pay for the movies and dinners and all that. So those little things do help. That's another way you can provide and donate to this great organization, right?
Thanks for mentioning that, Derek. Absolutely. We tell our volunteers that, it's low cost to no cost activities because it's really about developing that relationship, right? But, with that, you have to have something to do. And especially now as we head into the winter time and you can't be outside as much, although the weather right now has been pretty nice. But, you get into the winter time and it's harder to find some of those activities. So, yes, if people have extra tickets that they're not using, we would gladly accept those to be able to share with our matches because it does get tough sometimes for some of our volunteers that may not have the money to be able to purchase something like that, to be able to then offer those tickets and different things to our matches to be able to do with our kids. And sometimes like going to a Force game or something like that, those might be things that our kids have never experienced before. So giving them an opportunity to do something like that is just remarkable. Yeah,
no question. Well, how about even like restaurant certificates? I mean, that type of thing too will help out?
Certainly, absolutely. Anything like that too is always something that we can offer to our matches as an activity to be able to do. Absolutely.
I won't ask for specifics, but usually I know it's a pretty good waiting list right now for a lot of your littles.
Yes, Derek, some things never change. I was just taking a quick look at this morning, and we actually have 70 kids exactly on our waiting list for our community-based programming right now, and that doesn't include any school-based referrals that we're getting right now from our 3 partnering schools to our school-based program right now as well. So great need. Again, most of those are male children on the waiting list. because we just have such a greater need for male youth to have that male role model figure in their lives. So, again, just a huge need for male mentors.
Well, and you know this, when I first started getting involved in this in my late 20s, early 30s, which is like forever ago now, and we're talking almost 25 years ago, which is really icky for me to think about, but it was such a rewarding thing because I think what it is more than anything, instead of always kind of meeting your friends at the sports bar or whatever, if you can change someone's, I like to go to Disney movies and Star Wars movies too, so it was a good thing for me too, and not always have to go out and do that type of lifestyle. It was great. It was great because I think it's not like you're replacing a dad or a mom. I think that's what a lot of people you're not doing that. You're just more or less becoming a friend, and that's really what has happened with me and my experience as being a big brother.
Absolutely. You're just being there as somebody that shows up consistently. And just by showing up, that can have such a huge impact on their lives. A lot of these kids haven't had somebody consistent in their lives that does that. So, by having this adult that comes and shows up consistently and is just there to hang out and to do things with them, and then be that listening ear if they do need somebody to talk to, can make such a huge impact. We're seeing kids doing better in school because of that, having a better sense of future. They're less likely to skip school, use drug and illegal substances, and just, really on track for graduation and looking, into their future. So it can make just a huge difference.
Well, I think I've jokingly said this before. One of my kids that I was a little, he's a lawyer now, and I can't take any credit for it, but he's done very well. I ran into him actually at the Y this summer. It was kind of fun. So
that's awesome.
You just never know, and it's always fun when you are able to reconnect with these folks as well. And it doesn't seem right that they're married and having families now, but that just shows you how. That's why my goatee is gray, because I'm getting older and older. If people want to get a hold of you to either be a mentor or maybe help out giving restaurant gift certificates or tickets to events around, can you just drop off those things as far as the drop off, and then to contact if they want to become a volunteer? How do you do that?
Sure. So let me give you our phone number first of all, and that is 451-4900. We are over at the Village Family Service Center. They can also go to our website, which is bbbsfargo.org. And if they ever have anything to just drop off, again, we're at the Village Family Service Center, and that address is 2701 12th Avenue South in Fargo.
Very easy to find. Not too far from where we are at, actually. So,
that's right. Yeah.
I could have just walked over and interviewed you, for crying out loud. All right, Susan, thanks so much for your time. As always, we'll do this again as we maybe get towards the holidays. How's that sound?
Wonderful. Thank you so very much, Derek.
You bet. Susan Smith again with us. I've been obviously working with her for a long time. Big Brother, Big Sister program at the Village. Thanks so much for your time, and thanks so much for everyone. Again, if you want to stop by, donate some stuff. Tickets are such a huge thing. As someone who has been a mentor before, it really helps out a lot. That is for sure. Derek Hansen with you. This is the Drive Time News. Let's get to Rusty Halverson.